are you? I've already prepped my face with Village Barber shaving oil. And my razor is going to be this adjustable Schick Injector razor. And you'll see in a moment why I chose to use that today. And in there, on what I believe is its first use, it's hard to mark those blades because they're so small, a Schick injector blade. And here's the injector mechanism that you put into the razor to change the blade. My soap today is going to be this HC&C, that's Hendrix Classics and Company, their Bond soap. And maybe you can see the name there, Bond, after James Bond. And James Bond used a razor just like this, one of these Schick adjustables, when he was shaving in the movie Live and Let Die, which was Roger Moore. Maybe it was his first appearance in a James Bond film, playing the title character. I've already lathered up using my Omega 10049 brush. This thing's a monster. I'm going to pour a little bit of warm water here. Just a little bit. And I'm just going to barely touch the tips of the bristles here into the hot water. And I'll try to get a lather started. I hope you're all doing well out there. Boy, this brush, I love it. It's a great brush. But as some gentlemen have pointed out, it's a monster. It's just big. I don't know how many millimeters this knot is, but it is huge. There was a time when I used this brush exclusively because it's almost always so easy to lather with. It's kind of a no-brainer. And I'll set that aside. I'll drain my water and I'm going to wet my razor. And we'll get started for pass number 1, and that'll be with the grain. Here we go. That's feeling good. It's feeling so good. Nice scent to the soap. I'll give it, as far as scent strength goes, this isn't a value judgment, I'd give it about a 2 or 3 out of 10. It's a lovely scent, very masculine, so maybe lovely is the wrong word, but very masculine. And in a way, I guess I'm dedicating this video to Ken Surfs, who's a big Bond fan. It has pictures of James Bond in his shaving den there. And I gotta go ahead and rinse since this is just a single-edged blade here. Okay, that didn't take long. No other edge of the blade to flip over to. So I just do half my face and then do the other half, rinsing in between. But already I need to rinse again to get to another part of the face here. In the middle of the face, the chin, and above the upper lip. So comfortable so far. I'll go ahead and do this. Sometimes I go ahead and rinse one of these before I go, well, after going on the chin and before going above the upper lip. I was just trying to minimize the cutaways for rinsing, but now I am going to rinse before I go to my neck. I'll start on my right side of my neck here. I wanted to show you guys a little video I made, a very short one, that shows what I did with my garden. So, just a second here. It's a little bit off topic, but some of you might like this. It's that area that I planted some seeds that didn't come up. Well, now I've actually tilled the area and made a little flower garden. It's nothing spectacular, but I'm going to pop out, pop back in, and I'll rinse the razor while I'm doing that, and you can see my little video about the little garden I started. This is the conversational shaving mobile unit, and I'm showing you here the little garden I planted where I previously had planted some seeds that didn't germinate. The light's not very good right now. I should have taken these videos earlier, but I tilled the soil and planted some nice little plants, and then these plants were already here. The ones that stretch all the way out to here, they're ladies' slippers, I believe, and they won't bloom until July or August. Then there was a really beautiful thing of tulips that all the leaves, all the tulips fell off of when I took it outside to plant it, because I guess I left it inside too long. There's some tulips that are a little bit leaned over. Another one of the blue plants, and then here in a spot that doesn't get a lot of shade all day, I planted, I forget what they're called. I'd have to get down on my knees and get my cheaters if I had some, or a magnifying glass to read the little tag. And there's more of these over here, but these don't seem to be faring as well. They get a little bit more sunlight, and we've had some frosts. I hadn't worried much about those, but when it actually snowed a little bit, I put some bags over the taller plants and some towels over the smaller plants, like those daffodils right there. I just had a towel over those with a brick holding it down. And same with those little plants over there by the porch. But the others I put bags over, except for these, which are the ladies' slippers, are really hardy and they're just growing like wild, as they always do. So anyway, and I put in this little, I call it a little garden fence or little granny fence. I think it's cute as all dickens. And then one more thing I'll show you. And this one doesn't look like it's doing too well. I just transplanted it from a dark spot behind some bushes back over there behind the chair with the towel on it. You may not be able to see, but there's some thick evergreen bushes back there. Well, behind that was growing this, and it's either peonies or ladies' slippers. I really don't know which. We had some peonies growing back behind there, down towards the other end of the bushes, and these were growing closer to where we are now on this end, but they were behind those bushes kind of in the dark, so I transplanted them. Hopefully those bulbs that are underground now will do well, and hopefully that will look a little bit better in coming days and weeks. But anyway, there's my little garden. It's not much, but I'm kind of proud of it. And now on to conversational shaving. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Continuing on with the shave here. All things considered, I'm proud of my little garden, but I wish I would have bought bigger flowers or something. Bigger plants to put out there. I just gotta hope that they can grow and gain volume as the spring and summer commence. Okay, done with that. So far, so good. I'll pop out, come back to you freshly lathered for that second pass across the grain. Okay, it's time to go across the grain. Here we go. Pretty comfortable shave so far. between the shaving oil, which I let absorb, and before I started lathering, and the soap, it seems to be performing very nicely. I am going to rinse now. Very nice. I am enjoying this. I believe I could recommend all of the, well, I haven't tried a lot of them, but the HC&C products I've tried so far, I have to give a thumbs up. And I'm glad they're making labels for some of their products that are more exciting now. They still have the HC&C logo on them, but that looks pretty cool, like the beginning of a James Bond movie. And this is kind of a nice little label around the side of the tub here. I appreciate that. I had unfortunately overlooked them as a company for quite a while because, to be honest, and I hate to be too blunt, but their labels used to bore me. And then Pete from HC&C sent me some samples, a shave stick, a barbershop scent, I believe, and some aftershave balm that were just wonderful. I did a video on those. Excuse me. Well, no, I'll just go ahead and go to my lip. I was trying to think two thoughts at once, above my upper lip, I mean. I was thinking how, unfortunately, I had some technical errors in that first video I did involving HC&C products, and you didn't get to didn't get to see me use the balm, which was very nice. So hopefully we'll have no technical errors today, and you'll be able to see me use the aftershave balm. Okay, now I'm going to rinse. I've kind of been using my non-dominant hand for this side of my face here. I almost always do that down here on the chin and neck. I noticed that earlier I went ahead and used my left hand on the left side of my face too. Just trying new things occasionally, things that seem to work. I hope I don't overdo it, but I try to shave until I hear at least less audio feedback. I know I'll go over this area again during the pickups. Now I'm going to rinse and do the other side of my neck. There we go. Using my dominant hand, my right hand, for the right side of my neck and chin here. Jawline. Jawline is where, especially over here by the ears and other places, is where I have trouble spots that don't want to come BBS sometimes. So I kind of stretch my mouth out like that, lengthen my jawline and try to get a better pass there. Sometimes it works better than others. Okay, now I'm going to pop back in, freshly lathered for that third pass against the grain. We'll go ahead, it's against the grain. I'll start on my neck. go ahead and rinse and continue here. Shave is still quite comfortable. About 2 days worth of growth too. I've been getting such close and comfortable shaves that some days I wait a day before I shave again. It all depends. And in this pandemic, I haven't been going out as much, so chances are I'm not going to run into anybody I know or anybody I'm trying to impress. Unless you count running around Walmart occasionally. Rinse time. This razor's pretty much rinsing cleanly. I see a spot I missed there. No big deal. I get a little OCD about my rinsing, and even when it doesn't take a long time to rinse the razor, I like to cut it out of the video. Because my talking, since this is conversational shaving, that'll take up enough time as it is. I'm doing this video early on Friday. I may wait till very late Saturday, early Sunday to post it. We'll see. We received a desk I was going to put together. Now I don't even know if I want it. It's a computer desk and I don't have a regular computer. I simply have a smartphone and a tablet. I don't have a laptop or a PC. One of those computers that used to have the tower, but now either the screen sits upon the tower or, well, the computer itself, or the computer is inside the screen sometimes. Depending on how up-to-date a person is, I guess, and what they can afford. It's kind of like shaving, whatever works for you. You may not be able to hear it, but I have one of my replica radios playing out there. One I showed in my radios video, which was kind of a one-off. One of my coffee and conversation installments. It's a replica of an old Zenith Beehive radio, also known as the record stacker because it's kind of beehive looking speaker grill also look to some people like a stack of records. Well, I'm going to pause for now. I'll come back and then it'll be pickup time, everybody. Okay, here's our magical clock letting us know that it's pickup time, everybody. Yay, pickup time. Thank you, magical clock. And here we go. Grab the razor here. Try gilding the lily here. Still hearing a little audio feedback here. I don't know if it'll pick up on the microphone, but I'm hearing just a little bit. Bear with me, please, while I rinse again. I forgot to mention my setting on here on this razor, which I use a lot, not exclusively, but usually when I do a video, I'm on setting 3 here. I should have mentioned that. Maybe I'll put a little graphic down below at the beginning of this video when I first show the razor. It'll also be in the description to this video. I think I've had this thing up to 4 or 5 comfortably before. That might have been, say, after 2 days growth, where the last shave was not particularly close or something like that. Excuse me, I'm going to rinse one more time and go over my neck. Especially going to look at these trouble spots. Now that seems to have mostly mowed this trouble spot down. There's still a little bit more here. Some along the jawline. If I can't get it perfectly, I'm not going to try to overdo to the point of irritation. That's quite a bit better, maybe just a little bit. I'll feel over here. This did a pretty good job over here as well. Over here is not usually as bad of a trouble spot as over there. And I think we're about done here. Okay, I'm going to rinse the razor and the brush and my face. I'll come back, I'll wipe my face, and we'll see our good friend Mr. Towel. Here he is, you know him, you love him, you can't live without him. It's our good friend Mr. Towel. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, what a nice shave. And now that I put Mr. Towel back where he belongs, I'll begin a brief recap and then I'll put the finishing touches on this shave. Well, off camera beforehand, I prep my face with this Village Barber shaving oil, and I wash my hands off because it is very oily, and then I let it soak in while I began to prepare a lather. And my brush, I meant to pick up my razor, but my brush that I lathered with was this Omega, and you may be able to see the company, the writing on there, the printing. This is the 10049 Omega Pro brush, and it's a monster, but I really love it. Now, my razor has been this adjustable Schick Injector razor on the number 3 setting, a razor used by Roger Moore in the James Bond film Live and Let Die. And in there, on its first use, I believe it was a Schick Injector blade. That may have come with the razor, I'm not sure. My soap has been this Hendrix Classics and Company HC&C Bond soap. And it says it there too, Bond. Very nice stuff. And let's see, I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Sometimes I do, but I'm going to move on, and I'm going to apply some of this, which I use a lot, the Robert's Rose Water. Very nice stuff. Found out it's actually marketed to women, but the label looks kind of masculine and classic. And I think other gentlemen use this. It's got witch hazel in it, and it's just nice to use right after shaving and before you put on your aftershave. Yeah. It's got a very light rose scent, but I don't think it's too effeminate. I think barbers carried it back in the day, like in the Old West, and some ladies would wear rose water. Maybe the dance hall girls when they were dancing with a client. Okay, something I picked out earlier and foolishly forgot to bring in here with me is going to be my aftershave, the Pinaud Clubman Special Reserve aftershave, which I'm going to need to get some more of at some point, but I really like this stuff. I think it's very versatile and goes with a lot of masculine scents. It's pretty masculine scented itself. To a degree, the label almost looks like something out of the Old West to me. Let's see. Temples, up behind the ears, oh, a little on the wrists, a little on the back of the neck. So, for me anyway, it's a pleasure and a treasure. The Pinaud Clubman Special Reserve Aftershave Cologne. Finally, one more thing as promised. This is a container of the HC&C Aftershave Balm, the White Star variety, and it says shave balm, so we'll put that on. Got a nice mild scent to it. I'll just get a little bit here on my finger. I'll get it going in my hands. Doing okay on time, I guess. It's kind of thick, very creamy. I think you could use this as a pre-shave as well. I need to get a little bit more of it to do my forehead here. And maybe the eyelids. I'm just got to be careful not to get any in my eyes. Even though it's mild, I don't think it would burn too much. You still don't want to get things in your eyes. Foreign objects will sting or burn a little bit in the eyes. And we're just about done here. Quite enjoying this shave, and this is the kind of shave I can just tell that afterwards the dry down of everything is just going to be wonderful. My skin, my face, everything's feeling wonderful. So that's certainly a plus. I'll screw the lid back on this and show you one more time. From their line of White Star products, this is HC&C's White Star Shave Balm. Right there. I hope you can read that label. Sometimes it doesn't come into focus. And that's about it, everybody. Thank you for joining me. And if you've stuck around this long, or if you're a long-time subscriber, or even a new subscriber, thank you very much for joining me. I'll try to be back around this time next week. And may you have peace, and just may everything go your way.